Packers facing a sneaky challenge as they return from bye week. The Green Bay Packers head into Week 6 with more than just a fresh sense of rest. They're also stepping into a critical juncture in their season. With a 2-1-1 record, they've managed to stay afloat in the top half of the NFC standings, but it's clear the team's early success hasn't come without its share of challenges. The Packers' bye week was a welcome reset, but the path ahead is far from easy, and their Week 6 matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals poses an unexpected test. While the Packers' 2-0 start had fans buzzing with Super Bowl hopes, reality quickly set in. The team seemed to lose their rhythm after commanding wins over Detroit and Washington in Weeks 1 and 2, respectively. A loss to the Cleveland Browns in Week 3, a game they never quite seemed to get off the ground in, followed by a hard-fought tie against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 4 left the Packers with plenty to reflect on during their week off. They enter Week 6 with momentum, but the team will need to prove they've used that break to recalibrate and tighten up their focus. The Packers' roller coaster ride to the bye week. The Packers' opening stretch was nothing short of dominant, yet even in victory, questions lingered. The dismantling of the Lions and Commanders showcased Green Bay's explosive potential, leaving some, like rookie Rashid Walker, openly predicting an undefeated season. However, as they transitioned into the middle of their schedule, the cracks started to show. In Cleveland, the offense struggled to find its groove, culminating in a narrow 13-10 defeat after a special teams mishap and a late-game field goal block. A Week 4 showdown in Dallas, hyped as a statement game, similarly fell flat. The Packers battled through overtime, but another special teams breakdown and mismanagement in critical moments ended in a deflating tie. Perhaps the bye week served as the reset the Packers needed. Head coach Matt LaFleur and his staff surely took a deep dive into the inconsistencies that have cropped up, from offensive execution to mental lapses at key moments. Yet, as they return to the field, they know the margin for error is shrinking, particularly as the NFC North becomes a tightly contested race. Bengals' struggles could mask sneaky threat at first glance. The Week 6 matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals may seem like a straightforward win for the Packers. With the Bengals reeling from a 3-game losing streak and a significant injury to franchise quarterback Joe Burrow, the Packers are heavy 14.5-point favorites, according to The Athletic's Matt Schneidman. But lurking beneath the surface is a potential trap game that could catch Green Bay off guard if they aren't sharp. The Bengals have been severely hampered without Burrow under center, with backup Jake Browning struggling to keep the offense afloat. Over the past 3 games, Cincinnati has been outscored 113-37, including a 24-3 loss to the Detroit Lions in Week 5. However, despite their offensive woes, the Bengals are far from an easy target. Wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins remain a potent duo, capable of exploiting any weaknesses in the secondary. In Week 4, the Packers allowed Pittsburgh's George Pickens to explode for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns, underscoring the need for Green Bay's defensive backs to remain vigilant. The Bengals also showed some signs of life late in their loss to the Lions, rallying for 21 of their 24 points in the fourth quarter. While Cincinnati's offensive line has been battered by injuries, leaving Browning under pressure, there's still enough talent on this roster to make a game of it, especially if the Packers take their foot off the gas. The Packers' mission: stay focused and dominate for the Packers. The key to victory in Week 6 isn't just about executing. It's about mental sharpness. A slow start or mental lapses could quickly turn what should be an easy win into a frustrating game. The Bengals are wounded, but they're not without teeth, and the Packers can't afford to overlook them. Green Bay's defense must contain the big play potential of Chase and Higgins, while the offense needs to clean up its inconsistencies. Quarterback Jordan Love and the offensive line must build on their previous performances and continue to grow, as they'll likely face an aggressive Bengals defense trying to make up for their struggles. On the other side of the ball, the Packers need to prove they've learned from their mid-season struggles and come out of the bye with their focus restored. A win against Cincinnati won't just be a statement to the league that Green Bay is back on track. It will set the tone for a pivotal stretch of games that could define their season. Join the community, Packers fans. Now is the time to rally behind this team. If you want to stay up to date with all things Green Bay and dive deeper into the strategies, stats, and storylines behind every game, make sure to like, subscribe, and become part of a community that lives and breathes the NFL. The road to the playoffs is just getting started, and the Packers are about to prove they're ready for whatever comes next.